Have you ever encountered someone who, without a word of boasting or show, made you feel truly seen? Perhaps in their presence, you felt a rare kind of acknowledgement, a warmth that went beyond the ordinary pleasantries of daily life. That is the essence of true charm. It is not found in manipulation, superficial flattery, or the performance of a polished persona. True charm is the quiet mastery of self, the discipline to value others deeply, and the courage to live with integrity. In an age where distraction is constant, attention is scarce, and most interactions feel hollow, the ability to make people feel special is not merely a social skill. It is a philosophical practice. The Stoics remind us that we cannot control how others perceive us, yet we have absolute power over our own actions, intentions, and presence. Every gesture, every glance, every word spoken or left unspoken creates ripples in the lives of those around us. By cultivating habits that honor and uplift others, we elevate not only them, but also ourselves. In today's reflection, we will explore 7 habits grounded in Stoic philosophy, habits that are as practical as they are profound. These are not tricks to gain popularity or influence. They are disciplines that shape your character, refine your presence, and leave an indelible mark on those fortunate enough to share your space. If you are ready to learn how to embody presence, influence, and authentic charm, then this reflection is for you. And if you find wisdom here, I invite you to subscribe to Beyond Vision Mindset, where we transform timeless philosophy into the tools to navigate modern life, cultivate strength, and grow in virtue. 1. The discipline of listening. True listening is an act of courage. Most conversations are dominated by noise, the desire to respond, the urge to be heard, the restless attention that drifts elsewhere. The Stoics teach that wisdom begins with silence, and silence is first learned through listening. When you commit to hearing someone fully, without interruption, judgment, or the urge to insert your own story, you create a rare space, one where the other person feels truly valued. Listening is more than the passive intake of words. It is the active acknowledgement of a person's inner world. When you listen deeply, you communicate without speaking. I see you. I hear you. You matter. The power of this habit lies in its subtlety. Unlike grand gestures, it does not demand attention, but its impact lingers. People remember the rare soul who genuinely listens, because in that moment, they feel seen in a way that the world seldom offers. Moreover, true listening is transformative for the listener as well. By quieting your own mind, suspending ego, and observing without judgment, you refine your awareness, cultivate patience, and deepen your understanding of human nature. Over time, this practice of disciplined attention becomes the foundation of authentic charm. A charm not born of performance, but of presence, sincerity, and profound respect. 2. Remembering the details. The human mind often underestimates the power of memory. Small details, a name mentioned in passing, a challenge shared in confidence, a fleeting joy expressed, carry tremendous significance. Stoicism teaches that every individual is a unique manifestation of the universe, deserving of acknowledgement. When you remember the details of someone's life and later reference them, you send a quiet yet profound message. You are seen, and your experiences matter to me. Remembering details is more than courteous attention. It is an act of mindfulness, an intentional cultivation of presence. When you follow up on a story, ask about a concern, or celebrate a personal milestone, the other person experiences validation. They understand, often subconsciously, that you regard them not merely as an acquaintance, but as a human being with depth, complexity, and value. This habit also strengthens your own character. It requires patience, focus, and deliberate effort. By training yourself to observe and remember, you cultivate empathy, enhance emotional intelligence, and build relationships rooted in genuine care rather than superficial charm. Those who master this subtle art are remembered not for their words, but for the enduring sense of significance they leave in the lives they touch. 3. Speaking less, meaning more. The Stoics valued the power of restraint. Seneca reminds us that words are a form of currency. When wasted, they lose value. When measured and purposeful, they carry immense weight. True charm is rarely loud or incessant. It is expressed in clarity, precision, and intentionality. When you speak with thought and deliberation, people are drawn to your presence, because your words are rare, meaningful, and weighted with substance. Speaking less is a form of generosity. It is the act of giving others the space to express themselves while reserving your own contributions for moments of true impact. Charm is created not by filling silence with noise, but by making each statement resonate. The listener feels that what you choose to share is deliberate, thoughtful, and worthy of their attention. Furthermore, speaking with intention fosters self-discipline. By resisting the urge to fill every void with commentary, you develop patience, reflection, and the humility to understand that your voice, while valuable, is not the center of the world. People are naturally drawn to those who speak less but mean more, because such individuals make each interaction feel profound, purposeful, and ultimately, unforgettable. 4. The warmth of gratitude. Gratitude is not a fleeting sentiment. It is a practice that transforms every interaction. Stoicism teaches that virtue lies in recognizing what is good, both within ourselves and in others. When you express sincere appreciation, you elevate the ordinary to the extraordinary. A heartfelt thank you acknowledges effort, honors intention, and affirms worth. People do not merely hear your words, they feel their truth resonating. Gratitude as a habit goes beyond formalities. It is the conscious effort to notice and acknowledge contributions, sacrifices, and kindness, even in the smallest gestures. By consistently practicing gratitude, you cultivate a presence that is rare, welcoming, and inspiring. People feel valued because they are recognized not for obligation, but for their essence. Moreover, gratitude strengthens your own spirit. Each act of acknowledgement reaffirms the interconnectedness of human experience. As you uplift others, you cultivate humility, joy, and resilience. Over time, gratitude becomes a lens through which you perceive the world, a lens that deepens relationships, amplifies charm, and fosters genuine respect that endures beyond fleeting encounters. 5. Protecting your calm. Charm is inseparable from composure. The Stoics teach that the mind is most powerful when undisturbed by external circumstances. When you remain calm under stress, patient with mistakes, and steady in the face of provocation, you create a space of safety for others. In your presence, people feel their own anxieties ease, because calmness is contagious and reassuring. Maintaining calm requires mastery of self, which the Stoics considered the highest form of discipline. You cannot control the chaos outside, but you can govern your response within. This restraint conveys strength without aggression, confidence without arrogance, and presence without dominance. The subtle energy of calmness communicates more than words ever could. Beyond charm, composure shapes character. When challenges arise, those who react with measured thought rather than impulsive emotion develop trustworthiness and gravitas. People are drawn not to the loud or reactive, but to the steady, reliable, and grounded. In this way, your calm becomes both a shield and a gift. protecting your spirit and elevating those around you. 6. Making others the hero of the story. There is extraordinary power in humility. True charm is not about commanding attention, but about empowering others to shine. The Stoics remind us that virtue is not performed for recognition, but practiced quietly, with integrity. By stepping aside to highlight others' strengths, accomplishments, or insights, you cultivate admiration without arrogance, influence without manipulation. This habit requires deliberate generosity of spirit. It is a conscious decision to value the contributions of others above the need to dominate conversation or assert status. In allowing someone else to feel like the hero of the story, you create a lasting memory, a sense of pride, significance, and inspiration that endures beyond the moment. Furthermore, making others the hero nurtures your own character. It teaches restraint, empathy, and a broader vision of human connection. The charm of such humility is magnetic because it is rooted in authenticity, not performance. People leave your presence feeling elevated, understood, and inspired, an experience far more profound than any transient admiration could produce. 7. Living with integrity. All habits of charm collapse without integrity. Virtue is the foundation of enduring influence. The Stoics insist that character, not cleverness, defines lasting impression. When your actions align with your words, when your decisions reflect consistency and fairness, people perceive a rare strength of moral presence. Integrity transforms every interaction, for it signals reliability, authenticity, and trustworthiness. Living with integrity is not effortless. It requires courage to do what is right, even when unseen or unrecognized. It demands self-reflection, discipline, and the humility to admit mistakes. Yet it is precisely this consistency of character that renders your charm unforgettable. People feel safe, honored, and inspired by someone whose actions and principles are unwavering. Ultimately, integrity ensures that charm is not ephemeral. It is the quiet force that gives life and weight to every other habit. Without it, admiration fades. With it, respect and trust become enduring. In embodying integrity, these 7 habits are more than guidance. They are disciplines of presence, integrity, and human dignity. By listening deeply, remembering the details, speaking with intention, expressing gratitude, protecting your calm, empowering others, and living with unwavering integrity, you cultivate a charm that is profound, lasting, and transformative. If this reflection resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe to Beyond Vision Mindset, where we bring timeless philosophy into modern practice. Share this with someone who could benefit. And if you wish to support this work, you can do so through Super Chat, stickers, or even buying me a coffee. Each gesture allows this wisdom to reach more minds and hearts. Remember, charm is fleeting without virtue, but when rooted in disciplined character, it endures. Practice these habits, and you will not only leave others feeling valued, you will walk among them as a presence of quiet strength, profound respect, and timeless wisdom.